Hi my beauties, thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ange. I would like to share with you another Pat McGrath palette that I recently purchased, which is this stunning palette that there seemed to have been a lot of controversy about, the Divine Rose palette. This was launched first in the UK. It was a nod by Pat to her UK followers, as she is from the UK, and she launched this first in the UK through Selfridges, particularly the Selfridges app. So it was available there first, and a lot of people did get their hands on it and a lot of people did not. It retails for the normal price of $125 and is your normal 10 pan Mothership palette with the 4 blitz shades in it. It was released again very briefly in the US before it sold out again. And I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but a lot of people were saying they were confused because the packaging on the palette said that it was the Mothership 6 Divine Rose. Now, of course, we know that the Mothership 6 is the Midnight Sun, and a lot of people were confused with that. My palette actually does say that it is the Mothership 7. And I wonder if the delay, and it's only surmising, the delay in the fact that it came and went very quickly was because they needed to fix that issue up, because it is definitely the Mothership 7 palette. I do not believe this palette to be limited edition, as some people surmised. It has come into stock twice now at Sephora New Zealand, which is where I purchased mine. I was so lucky. It's actually currently out of stock, but it has been in stock twice there at sephora.co.nz. So I was very fortuitous to get that. It was briefly available on the Pat McGrath site and was sold out, but I do think if you really do want this palette, to be patient. I think that it will be restocked. Looking at a lot of messages on the Instagram, Pat McGrath Instagram page, that it is not limited edition. It will be there, and I'm sure if you really do want it, you can get your hands on it eventually. The packaging, true to form from Pat McGrath, it is just stunning. And yes, these are the only eyeshadow palettes that I keep my packaging, and my palettes sit in these cardboard outers, basically so I know which Mothership palette I am reaching for. There was a long time where I only had one in my collection, and now I have 3. So having the outer packaging really does help, as all the Mothership palettes are packaged in this beautiful black packaging. It's the gold on the back side. It's just stunning, heavy duty, very luxurious. Your 10 shadows on the inside, a beautiful beveled mirror on the inside, and the shades in here, once again, why I liked the last Mothership 6 palette, excuse the glare. Why I liked the Mothership 6 palette so much was because it had colours that were very everyday neutral, that I could wear to work, I could wear during the daytime, but with these 4 blitz shadows in both the Mothership 6 and this palette, you know, you take those away, you've still got very wearable neutral colours, and the blitz shades just add that oomph to it, that, you know, the specialness that is known for Pat McGrath. You also get a little slip in the palette that tells you all the shades, as they are not labelled on the palette, but I'm quite happy to have it sitting there so I can see what I'm using. I keep these wee cards in the packaging. Before we get into the swatches and the tutorial of this eye look, if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed already, I would truly appreciate it. I upload videos aimed for the more mature woman. I am 53 years of age. I love my makeup and my beauty, and I just like to share that love with others that have the same passion. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I would truly appreciate it. Okay, so now let's get into the swatches. Okay, so the colours here are Skin Show Nude, Velouria, Sable Bronze, Refined Gold 002, Iridescent Pink 003. Then the next row is Extreme Mahogany, Lovelace, Rose Dusk, VR Rose Venus, and Astral Solstice. Now, as you can see, they are just stunning colours, and there would be so many options of eye looks to create from this palette. As I said, I truly appreciate the shades in this palette that I could use on a daily basis, can wear to work, but also can va-va-voom it up for an evening look. So if you would like to see how I created this eye look using this palette, let's get started. I am ready to go. I have put some gentle medical tape on my face to catch any fallout or anything like that. I have primed. I have not used an eye primer for a very long time, and I have just purchased this Anastasia eye primer. So I have that on my eyes. And just a warning that the things are real when you have lash extensions and they are needing a top up and a bit of a groom. So we're looking a bit sad in the eyelash department at the moment, but I will be putting lashes on at the end of this look. Okay, I have already been playing with this gorgeous palette. And I have to say, I have been getting hooked into Pat McGrath palettes recently, hook, line and sinker. So we're going to dip into this palette, the Divine Rose, and I'm going to start off with this beautiful rosy colour here, the rosy, dusty rosy colour called Velouria. And I will use my Morphe R37 brush, and I'm just going to take that in the outer portion of my eye, and I've got to learn not to slouch in my seat but to sit up on my bottom properly, and we're just going to blend that in the outer corner, and then softly and gently, as I end up with less on my brush, I'm just going to take that in and blend it in the upper crease, or for me the really hooded area of my eye, that sort of, well, this big area here, to create a transition area. And I can see as I brush that, my eyebrows just, I've got the worst eyebrows for staying in place, and even with gels it doesn't work. I do not have the best behaved brows. So taking that colour again, just in the outer corner, and then softly diffusing that up and into the transition area. Just to start getting our soft colour there. So I'm just going in again and adding more colour with that first colour, with that first shade Velouria, and just getting that transition area blended. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the colour Rose Dusk and just go on top of the shade that we've just done and build the intensity up bit by bit. just in the outer corner. And then I might come down a little bit more into the crease area and I'm using the same brush just to blend that into the crease area. Just building that up just a little bit more, right into the inner corner. Now I'm taking a Sigma E45 blending brush and I'm going to take this dark shade and I am just going to pat that into the outer, very outer corner of the eye and just darken up that outer V. And having the tape down is just allowing me to not be very particular, but to ensure that I'm going to have a nice line when I'm finished and I can really concentrate on the blending at the edges here. And then I'm just going to slightly blend that in the socket line, or just where I would like to have a crease. So if I open my eye, it's just slightly above that, because my natural crease is way down, halfway down towards my lashes from where I really want it to be. So just giving that illusion that my eyes hopefully look a little bit bigger. Just layering that colour on. I'm going to go back in with my first blending brush with no extra product on it, and I'm just going to blend that upper area so that it doesn't look like any harsh lines. Okay, so just so I can add just more than a few colours, I'm going to go in with this lovely little wee shimmery colour here called Love Lace, and I'm going to take a Morphe 167 brush. This is a brush that I've just acquired, and I'm just going to tap that on the outer portion of my eyelid, but just blending it into that dark shade that we have just added. Oh, it's such a pretty colour. Going back in with our Sigma E45 and just reblending that outer corner so that everything marries together. And then the colour that I have fallen in love with is this beautiful shade here, which is VR Rose Venus. Absolutely love this colour. I'm going to take this shader brush and take that colour and just pack that on the inner half of my eyelid, and I just love the colour of this, and it complements the mauvey tones of the other shades so well. And back in with all my blending brushes as I go to blend that upper line again. Going back in with the little shader brush we used for the mauvey shimmer shade, just to blend them together. I'm going to go in with my finger with that lovely little VR Rose Venus shade and just tap that in the inner middle of my eye there for a little bit more pop and to blend it. I just love the yellow and the rosy tones together. Okay, so now take the tape away. We've got that nice sharp line. And unfortunately it highlights the little wee droop in immature eyes. I'm going to go in with the brush that I used for the outer dark colour, the Extreme Mahogany, and I am just going to lightly buff that under my eye, taking it up to that line. Going in with a short shader brush E20 from Sigma, I'm going to go in with, I might actually go in with the shade Rose Dusk and line that close to my lash line. And then just using this brush just to soften all of that and blending the upper and lower together. Going to go in with Velouria just to add to those colours. Okay, so that is the finished look using the shadows. I'm going to duck off camera and do my eyeliner with my NARS Via Veneto. I've just bought a new one, and I will pop some lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have come back with eyelashes on, eyeliner, the NARS Via Veneto eyeliner in my upper waterline, and I've used the Colourpop cream gel liner in Best O in my lower waterline. And I'm just going to take a really tiny pencil brush and I'm going to go in with the colour Skin Show Nude, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner. I'm not going to put any to highlight under my brow because I have too much space under there anyway. So I'm just adding that in the inner corner. I might just run it a little bit under as well. And that is the finished look. Now, just to let you know what else I have on my face, I have my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder, my Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder, loose setting powder in Pound Cake. I have the Cover FX Blush Duo in Pink Dahlia. I have the eyeliners that I mentioned. On my lips, I have lined with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and I have gone in with the In Love with Olivia lipstick. On my face, I have used my little Kevin Aquan palette. It was a limited edition, but I have used the sculpting powder in medium and his bronzing powder in Desert Nights, And the highlighter I've used today is my Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001. I really like this highlighter. Okay guys, so that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I like the palette very, very much. I've used it several times. I just thought I would recreate a look similar to what I had in my last video and just show you how I used those shades. I am planning on doing some more looks with this palette because there are some lovely neutral shades in here that I would like to use, and maybe not use the beautiful yellow I've used today or the Blitz shade with the yellow tones. I'll go for more of a neutral look next time, but totally enjoy this palette, so hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would make my day. I do hope you have a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later guys. Bye.